Hey guys, welcome back to Range of Survival and Fieldcraft. I'm Andrew. What I have for you today are the 10 C's inside a bush pot. Stand by. Alright guys, so I've got my 2-quart Billy Canner bush pot here inside the pouch that it typically comes in for a carry. Now we can keep this pouch as part of the kit and use it to collect resources or whatever we need, or even put the kit components in here if we're using that bush pot. But this doesn't count as part of our 10 C's. This is just a nice to have extra piece of kit to contain everything, especially if we're going to have some sort of cook kit inside here with our bush pot. Just something nice to have. We don't absolutely have to have something like this, but it's always great to have some sort of other container with us while we're out in the bush. Here is my 2-quart bush pot. As you can see, it has been heavily used. The 2-quart bush pot is the Cadillac of containers for bushcraft because we can do a lot with this. Boil 2 quarts of water very quickly for hydration. Cook in this. We can clean in this if we have to. We can use this container to make medicines. We can also use this to help create dyes or different effects from natural resources around us. We can take a lot of these willow leaves right here, especially the green ones that are still hanging on the trees, and put it in the water to make a nice tea. Willow has a similar component to aspirin, and we can use this as a pain reliever or fever reducer and make a nice healthy tea. A lot of things you can do with a container like this. But with that 2-quart, with this, we got a nice bail on it. Sometimes I take the bail off and I'll switch this out for snare wire. Just a helpful tip, we can put snare wire and remove this bail. That way we have something that's kind of multifunctional for us. We can still suspend this over the fire with that snare wire, but then we can take the wire off and actually use it for snares or improvisation. And then we also have those handles on the back, very helpful right there, so we can hold this like a cup and drink from it or eat from it. And then we've got a nice lid with a D-ring attachment right on top. And this lid fits nice and snug. It actually fits down in here, although I've got a lot of items in here for those 10 C's, and that lid wants to come off. So without further ado, let's dig into this kit. All right, so hard to get 10 C's inside a 2-quart container like this. We're basically taking the 10 C's and shoving it into a 2-quart bag or container or so. But we did our best, and we're going to try to stick with Pathfinder items to go in here. And we're going to flex a little bit left and right with those components, but we're still going to have all the 10 C's in this kit. So we'll remove that lid, nice lid. Then inside, we've got our kit components, everything shoved in there, nice and neat-like, as you can tell. That's a joke. But first thing on top is going to be cloth, one of those 10C items. Cloth, a lot of things we can do with just a small cloth like this. Just a orange washcloth, basically, with the Pathfinder logo on it. And we can use this for a dressing or to treat a wound. We can use it for char cloth. We can use it to help soak up water, maybe in small cracks and rocks. Get that water, put it in the container, or simply put it into our mouths to drink. We can use this as a signal marker or a waypoint. Because of its orange visibility, it can be used as a signal. So a lot of things we can do with a piece of cloth like this, a relatively small washcloth, 100% cotton material, a good item to have. That's one of the 10 C's. Next, we've got our candling device. So we've got our flashlight, that bright light setting, all the way up, and then we can turn it even red so we can see in the dark, or remove it around at nighttime, or simply use this to free up our hands, and then use this as a signal as well. Put it up in a tree for search or rescue to see. But something, a candling device, one of those 10 C's, so we can see in the dark, something that is necessary because we don't have night vision. All right, next, we've got cordage. This is just a 50-foot hank or roll of number 36 bank line. This is a fire and forget cordage, in my opinion, because we can use this for bindings, lashings. We can use it for bow drill strings. We can use it to suspend this bush pot, craft anything we need with cordage, because cordage is super hard to make in large quantities. Even if you have the skills out in the wild, we want to carry cordage with us, and having a throwaway cordage like this, so we're not too worried about trying to collect back up. We can if we want to, but throwaway cordage or fire and forget cordage is going to be a little bit more beneficial as opposed to paracord. We can even break this down because it's a 3-strand twist into smaller cordage and actually extend that out if we want to, although not the easiest thing to do. We can still do that. But this cordage can be used to make traps, snares. It can be used for netting. It can be used for a lot of different things to help get food or craft things around the camp. So cordage going to be that number 3 item. Next, for fire, went ahead, just did the Bic lighter as opposed to a ferro rod. This thing, hopefully the wind won't blow it out. As you can see, we've got the flame. Even though it's cold, it's been sitting in there. It's orange, so we can see it if we drop it. But that lighter is going to be that number 1 fire starting tool. Always have a lighter, some sort of way to start fire, a knife, and a snack in your pocket, as I've always been told. But we've got that lighter for that combustion device as part of our 10C kit here. So that's 4 items. Next, really small item in here is going to be that canvas sail needle that we can use with our cordage. Repair clothing, I've done that before. But we can use this to also get splinters out as a medical aid device. We can use this, magnetize it to double check with our compass. We can do a lot of things with the heavy duty sail needle like this, repairing clothing especially, or making reamers or awls to help punch through different items, or simply sewing our kit up or repairing anything that we have, especially maybe our shelter item here. So we've got that canvas sail needle as our 5th item. Next, we've got our cargo tape, one of the small 1-inch rolls. Went ahead and squeezed this down into kind of an oval shape so we could fit it in here a little bit better. But that cargo tape, again, kind of a fire and forget lashing binding material. We can use this as improvised band-aids. We can use it as additional tinder with our lighter. Cargo tape is going to burn for a long time and give us that flame extender to get a fire going. And then we can use this for improvisation and gear repair as well. So we got that cargo tape. That's number 6. Number 7 is our compass, a heavy-duty, nice compass, the Sunto MC2, so we can land navigate precisely. But we also have that sighting mirror that we can use as a signaling device as well as a hygiene aid. And then a little tip that I do with a lot of these compasses, the civilian models that come with a lid or cover, is I'll take aluminum tape and I'll put that right over top of the compass lid. Take a piece of acetate and put that over the aluminum tape so we can actually write on this at nighttime, getting this into the sun, or taking our flashlight and lighting this thing up. We can actually see it a lot better at nighttime. And so if we have a map marker or something with us, we can actually write on this if we need to remember our distance and direction that we're moving. But a heavy-duty compass is going to be that 7th item. Now that 8th item is going to be our cover element. This is going to be that Pathfinder emergency bivvy. I'm not going to pull it all the way out, but it's reusable. It's got that Mylar blanket inside. It's got a drawstring so we can get in this, keep our head out, cinch this down, and stay warm. Of course, we're going to need some sort of debris bed so we can rake all of these leaves up with our bivvy and actually get warm that way. We're insulated from the ground, and then we have something to sleep in. The only thing we're missing now is something over top of us for any rain, but it's nice and sunny today if we have to use this. But this is going to be our shelter item for our kit, a heavy-duty Mylar bivy bag or survival emergency bivy bag for our shelter item to fit in our bush pot. It's number 8. And then our 9th item is going to be that cutting tool, and then again that Ranger Grip 78. We've got that nice large blade. We got that nice big saw. You can see both of those blades have been heavily used. The obligatory can and bottle opener with screwdrivers. Then on the back, we got that Phillips head, and then even that reamer or that awl. That reamer or awl, the saw, and that large blade are the items that you need primarily for survival, especially bushcraft. And typically when I go out to the Pathfinder school to instruct, this is going to be my pocket knife, and I use this way more than I do my belt knife. I've actually got my Scorpion on me right now. But that pocket knife is going to be the primary tool just because of its utility. The large blade, easy to use. The saw, this thing's easy to grab, put it in a pocket or your bush pot, and then take it out. You can process game, process material, make feather sticks, carve notches, and then even with that reamer, you can drill and make everything you need to, which is a simple pocket knife, this Ranger Grip 78, something nice like this. And that's our 9th item. And then obviously our 10th item is going to be that bush pot or that billy can, 2-quart stainless steel with a lid that we can place over the fire with water inside to bring that water to a boil to make it 100% safe to consume. Put our food in here, cook it as well, make that survival stew with that water, something that's nourishing as well as hydrating. Some sort of container that is metal to go over a fire to boil that water and to make it safe to drink. And that is our 10th item. All right, guys, so there are our 10 C's, all right, with our bush pot off to the side right here, our other 9 components to complete our 10-piece kit. All this stuff can fit right in our bush pot, a very easy method to carry items a la Morris Kohansky. He used to do this on his videos before he passed away, God rest his soul. But a lot of people still do this, putting their survival items in that container. That way that container acts as the actual kit carrier itself while doubling as the container for treating that water to make it safe to drink. All right, guys, so here are 10-piece kit items in a bush pot. We've got our top 5 items. We've got our cutting tool, that Ranger Grip 78. We've got our combustion device, that Bic lighter. We've got our cordage, which is that bank line. We've got our covering device, which is going to be that emergency bivvy. And then we have our container, that 2-quart bush pot. And then the additional items to complete the 10 C's, the last 5 C's, we've got that canvas or sail needle. We've got our cargo tape. We've got our compass, our candling device, and then finally our cotton cloth, this orange washcloth on the bottom here, completing our 10-piece kit. And now we can put everything back inside our bush pot. All right, let's see if we can fit everything back inside here. All right, there's everything back inside the bush pot. All right, guys, so that was 10 C's in a bush pot. Taking that 10 C's mentality, or that helpful mnemonic, that survival tip or trick for gear or kit components, and taking all those items that are necessary for survival and placing them inside of our bush pot for a nice compact kit that we can throw in the truck, throw in our backpack, or simply carry with us out into the field or for any survival scenario to have a good kit ready to go. Well, I really hope you liked this video. If you did like this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave me a comment in the comment section. I always appreciate your feedback. I want to thank you guys for everything you do for me, for this channel, for your likes, your views, your subscriptions, your comments, your feedback, and your shares, and I'll be back with another video as soon as I can, guys. Thanks.